Hi, welcome to Cruise Day Fun. My name is Joy, and this is my husband, Dan.
Hey! So today we're going to talk about Jamie's Italian. Jamie's Italian. Yes, indeed. Jamie's Italian is the Italian specialty restaurant offered on many of Royal Caribbean's cruise ships. And we experienced it recently on Mariner of the Seas. It is also found on many other Royal Caribbean ships, including on the Oasis class ships and the Quantum class ships. So we're going to be talking specifically about the restaurant Jamie's Italian on Mariner of the Seas, but this will give you a good idea of what it's like on all the ships. For us, Jamie's Italian was $40 per person. So, you know, it can vary by ship and sailing, so be sure you check on that.
That includes your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert.
That's right.
So I think it's well worth it.
Yeah, well, we're going to show you so you can decide for yourself what we had, and we'll share the menu so you can see what you could order. But let's start off by talking about the location and the atmosphere at Jamie's Italian. What did you think of well, let's start with the location. What did you think of the location of Jamie's Italian?
It was easy to find because it was right next to the buffet. So
yep. The Windjammer Cafe, yep. The Chops Grill and Jamie's Italian are right next to, basically connected to the Windjammer Cafe.
Exactly.
Yep. But the setup was a little strange as far as getting there, right?
Right. We had early reservations, so before the buffet opened, so we had to go through kind of like a gauntlet of going through the
lots of people waiting. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, here's what we saw as a kind of a problem with the setup is on Mariner of the Seas, to get to either Chops Grill or Jamie's Italian, if you have a 5:30 reservation when they first open, which we like to do, so you get a good seat by the window typically, which we did. You have to go up to the doors that enter into the whole combined area for Windjammer Cafe, and they don't open until 6. So, like Joy referred to, we were passing a gauntlet. We were passing a bunch of people that were there early for the buffet that doesn't open for another half hour. So that was a little awkward and confusing the first night especially, but if you want to get a good table, you got to go early. So kind of a weird setup.
Yeah, but it worked out fine. So yeah. We got a window seat that we could see the ocean, and
we could see the ocean, which is really cool because when you're on a cruise ship, to take advantage of that, because there's certainly areas on that ship where you don't see the ocean at all. No. Yeah. So let's talk about the atmosphere, the design of the restaurant itself. What'd you think of that? I
liked it. It was kind of like you were inside an Italian kitchen, because they had cans of Italian tomatoes, and they had the cookbooks out, and they had olive oil. And
so it was kind of like a traditional Italian kitchen type setup. You can see a little bit of what it looks like here, but it wasn't bad for atmosphere wise. It was again a little off-putting that they had kind of a windowed partition between the Windjammer buffet seating and Jamie's Italian, especially if you're seated, I guess that's the word, down by that end of Jamie's Italian, then you felt like you were kind of in a special section of the buffet, which, I understand. And this is a tip for during the day when Jamie's Italian isn't open as a specialty restaurant. It's typically open as extra seating for the Windjammer buffet, which we took advantage of for lunch a couple times.
Nice.
So I can see why they did that, but it's a little off-putting when you want to have a specialty restaurant experience and you've got a window to the crowded buffet. So anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the bread. Now, I don't think they just automatically bring out the bread, but if you want the garlic bread, which I know you're a bread girl, so you wanted the special garlic bread.
Yes.
So what did you think of it?
It was so good. It was like pull-apart garlic bread. It was very buttery, and there was tons of Parmesan cheese on it, so you could take what you wanted, and it was so fun. It was so fun and so good.
Good.
It melted in your mouth.
So you can take it from me, if she liked the garlic bread, she is a garlic bread expert, so if she liked it, you'll probably like it. I thought it was really good too, but that's more our thing. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
good. So I was really looking forward to, and we were both talking about, before we even went on the cruise, Jamie's Italian has something called the famous meat plank.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really looking forward to that. What is the famous meat plank?
It is a huge charcuterie board
Or
that has
antipasta
board that has crackers and it has different types of salami and cheese and olive. It's really good. So, and they put it on these 2 big cans of tomatoes, and so it's the width of your table.
Yeah, and you can see a picture of it here. And I think we were referring to the crackers. You're talking about the bruschetta, which they have they're made up nice, and then they've got was that brioche bread? I forget what you call it, but all kinds of Italian meats, different cheese, authentic mozzarella cheese, olives, a lot of good stuff. And this setup was just for the 2 of us. We saw another table where there was 8 people, and their famous meat plank was much larger and had a lot more everything on it.
They make it to size for your party, so you would definitely get enough meat and olives and everything.
That's right.
So
keep in mind, this is just a 2-person board. They do come in a much larger size if you have a larger party. So that's very good. So now let's just pause, take a moment here to show you the menu. Pause the video at home if you want to take a closer look at the menu and zoom in and see what's offered. You'll see that there's obviously the entrees in the middle, and then there's also appetizers and small plates. Don't worry, we'll show you the dessert menu later. So we're definitely going to talk about dessert.
Yes.
So let's move on and let's talk first about the appetizers and the sides that are offered. What was the first appetizer that you got?
Well, I got the arugula salad, and arugula has that peppery taste, and they put tons of Parmesan cheese on it, and the dressing was really light and nice, so I liked it.
So they didn't drown it?
No.
So that's a good thing. And I had the funky, what are they called? Truffle oil fries. Yeah, those were really good. It was a good kind of like pub type appetizer, those are well done, good, kind of a different offering than you might find in a typical Italian restaurant, but I really enjoyed that. You can see what they look like here. And then on another night, because we went a couple different times, I had the garlicky prawns, which were good-sized prawns, and they were in a nice garlicky base. It was just delicious. I don't know if you tried that.
No, I believe I had the arugula salad every night.
Oh, you had it both nights, yeah.
As my appetizer.
You like your salads.
So I was trying to be healthy.
Yeah, well, you can see from the funky fries that I was trying to not be healthy. So let's talk about the entrees. It's an Italian restaurant, so pasta is often a choice. What did you have?
Well, I couldn't decide between 2, so she ended up bringing both.
Okay, well, let's talk about one at a time here. Let's talk about what was this?
This is the bolognese sauce over pasta.
Okay, how was that?
It's a meat spaghetti kind of sauce.
Okay,
so it was really good. I liked it.
So, and was it pretty much like a traditional bolognese?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never had traditional bolognese, yes.
But you enjoyed it. Okay.
Yes, it was very good.
Okay. Well, speaking of traditional, let's talk about one of the more traditional things you can order, and that is lasagna. And I ordered lasagna, and their lasagna was not the most typical, not the most traditional. It didn't have a lot of the layers of pasta. Instead, it had more a lot of meat and a fair amount of cheese. So it was a little different it didn't have a lot of the ricotta cheese either. So lasagna, which I believe in Italian refers to the word layers, it didn't really have layers so much. It had a lot of meat though, which, I like a good meat dish, but it was just not quite what I expected, but it was good.
Maybe it was the layers of ingredients.
Maybe. I don't know. But I know Jamie Oliver apparently likes to do his own twist on different traditional recipes, so I think that was his twist on that. What was you said you had several entrees. What was one of your other entrees?
My other entree was the carbonara. I sometimes make that for you. So carbonara is a very rich, buttery, creamy cheese dish that has... they put bits of bacon or prosciutto in it, and it was really good.
Good.
over
Good.
pasta, ziti pasta.
Okay. Well, good. That doesn't sound bad at all. I bet it's not as good as what you make at home, but I may be biased. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the other thing I ordered. The other entree I ordered on another night was eggplant parmesan. And eggplant parmesan, traditionally, in my experience, is a breaded section of eggplant covered in sauce and cheese. Theirs, if I had asked some questions or maybe read the menu a little closer, I would have realized that theirs was a little bit different, and theirs was basically a roasted, longwise, vertical slice of eggplant with balsamic and cheese and sauce. So
did you like it is the question.
I didn't care for it. No, I didn't. I didn't. And fortunately, I wasn't terribly hungry, so it wasn't that big a deal. I didn't ask for something else or anything like that, but it just wasn't what I was expecting. And again, if I had looked at the menu or had asked about it, maybe I would have realized it wasn't what I should have ordered.
And they're very accommodating too. If you don't like something, they'll make something else for you right
That's
away.
Right. And I think they did offer to bring me something else, and they saw I didn't finish that, and I said no, I just wasn't hungry. So I didn't make a scene about it or anything. I just didn't expect it to be like that. You had one other dish, I believe, that you said.
I believe it was a seafood pasta dish.
Okay.
So it had seafood, of course, and it had.
Did this have truffles? I'm not sure what that is. Okay.
I didn't order anything with truffles.
Okay.
So it had Parmesan cheese and like different types of cheese. So I don't know all the types of cheese, but it was really good.
So all the entrees you had at Jamie's Italian were really good.
Yes, they were all pasta dishes. So
and the two that I had were good, but a little different. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know you're anxious to do this, so let's move on to desserts. Here's the dessert menu. If you'd like to take a moment to take a look at this, pause if you need to. There's a few different options here, some more traditional than others, but let's see. Let's start with one of the desserts that you had.
So I got the ice cream with
smashed honeycomb?
Smashed honeycomb. So I was thinking it'd be, but it looked, when I got it...
You were thinking it would be what?
Well, it'd actually be honeycomb kind of smashed on.
Smashed up. But here it was like chunks of fried, crunchy?
It was actually fried, so it's kind of like a toffee. It was really good.
Okay. Well, you liked it, even though it wasn't quite what you expected.
Exactly.
There's Jamie being a little clever again, but in this case it worked out. Now for me, on both of the nights we ate there, I ordered the tiramisu, and it was good. Obviously, I ordered a second time, so it was good. But it wasn't terribly traditional. It wasn't what you expect with a normal tiramisu, with layers of ladyfingers and the layers of cream. It had a ton of soaked ladyfingers, which actually is usually my favorite part. But I think when they brought it out the first night, you thought they brought the wrong thing.
Yeah, I thought they had brought carrot cake or something.
Yeah. It really, and you can see from the photo here, it doesn't look like a typical tiramisu if you're familiar with that. But it was good. It was a large serving. It was a lot of food. So if I was still hungry after that eggplant, I was fine after the dessert.
Normally I order tiramisu, but I wanted to try something different.
Well, speaking of something different, let's talk about the dessert you ordered on the second night, or the other night. I don't know if it was the first or second.
Oh, the pavlova.
What was that like?
It was very interesting because if you don't know what pavlova is, it's a crispy marshmallow with fruit, of course, on it, and it was really good.
And it also didn't it have honeycomb on it too?
Yes, it did.
You were really looking for that honeycomb.
Yeah.
Okay, and was this honeycomb a little more like what you expected, or was it kind of like the other?
It was kind of crunchy, like a toffee crunch on top. So it was good with the marshmallow, cooked marshmallow, and the meringue, and the fruit. Of course, it had fruit, so
sure.
It was good.
Good. Well, okay, so before we finish up here, let's talk about the service. You mentioned that they're very accommodating. What else would you say about the service? What did you think of the service at Jamie's Italian?
They leave you alone in the sense that they're not peppering you with do you want water? Do you want more this? Do you want anything else? So they give you time to have a conversation with your husband, your awesome husband, and just be with each other, and then they magically appear when you need something, because they kind of can tell if you need something.
Right. So that's a sign of a good server. So both nights we had a different server each night, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. We did.
Yep. And both of them. So I think this is a good example, at least on Mariner Seas, that they're trained well to not hover and but still be sure that you're taken care of. So service we thought was really good. Overall, any other tips or things we should point out? I'll say one more thing and let you think if you have anything else. Just for these specialty restaurants, really on any cruise line, if you can order it ahead of time, which you typically can, it's a good idea to make a reservation ahead of time. With Royal Caribbean, they have you prepay for it or get the dining package to pay for it ahead of time. But if you don't want to be disappointed and miss out, be sure you make the arrangements before you even go on your cruise to be sure you have your specialty dining set up. And
if for some reason that they're filled up when you pre-book, definitely go on the first day to the restaurant and ask if they have any openings, because sometimes they do have openings, so you can get into that restaurant that you want to try.
Right. Just like my mom always said, it doesn't hurt to ask. So
exactly.
There you go. So
and
yeah, another one.
And most restaurants, before we even started choosing our meal, they asked us if we had any allergies to food.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, and that's good to let them know. They may even let you know, ask you that before the cruise. I believe Royal Caribbean did that. What was your favorite thing? Let us ask that. I'll say mine was probably the famous meat plank.
Oh,
it's a lot of fun. Oh, that was both of our favorite. It's what we thought would be our favorite, and it was our favorite. So really consider getting that famous meat plank. And as you may have picked up on, just because we ordered that as an appetizer, it didn't stop us from ordering other appetizers too.
Exactly.
So order what you want, but that famous meat plank is a good way to start off an evening at Jamie's Italian.
And I like pasta, so all the pasta was really good.
Yeah.
The pasta bolognese and the carbonara, they were both really good. I liked it.
Okay, so we're recapping now. So comment down below if you've been to Jamie's Italian, what was your favorite thing you tried? And if you haven't been, comment and let us know if you think you'd check it out and would experience it yourself or not.
And give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and remember to subscribe to our channel so you're alerted to our new videos that come out.
Be sure you click that notification bell so you do get that alert. Subscribe so you don't lose track of it, like Joy said. But
exactly.
The notification bell is the way to be sure you don't miss out on our future episodes, which we put out every week. So we want to thank you for watching. We appreciate you.
Thanks for watching. Bye.